much too good for children.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 kids movies that weren't supposed to be creepy. For this list, we'll be looking at our childhood favorites that were unintentionally terrifying. Which innocent flick scared you the most as a kid? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The Brave Little Toaster. The title of this beloved classic promises that its titular appliance is courageous. What it fails to mention is that audience will have to be the same. Don't be fooled by the cutesy designs of the sentient machinery. The film does not shirk away from some downright disturbing imagery. The psycho clown dream sequence still haunts us to this day. Worse, it's not just one incident either. The whole runtime is full of menacing villains, genuine death, and even a musical number about worthless appliances in a scrap heap.
You're worthless.
Just because they're mechanical doesn't make their demises any less spine-tingling. Number 9. Matilda. Miss Trunchbull may be a simple school principal in this movie, but her day job includes extracurriculars that would put her on the FBI most wanted list.
My school is a model of discipline. Use the rod.
From stalking the halls like a predator to chucking kids by their pigtails, she's more like a prison warden than a teacher.
Good luck! Excellent release!
Somehow, all that's without even touching upon her most infamous moment. There's nothing sweet about when she forces the poor Bruce Bogtrotter to eat a massive dessert by himself.
You slithered like a serpent into the school kitchen and ate my personal snack!
It doesn't sound that bad on paper, but that's part of what makes Trunchbull so terrifying. She can even make chocolate cake scary. Number 8. Unico in the Island of Magic. How scary could a movie about unicorns and friendship really be? Turns out, the answer is really freaking scary. Part of the shock comes from the fact that the film's title and opening minutes aren't at all indicative of the mature mayhem to come. Thanks to the exploits of the imposing Lord Karuku, the color and fun fade away until there's nothing left but a chilling sense of foreboding. Karuku's vengeful quest against humanity is bad enough, but what's even worse is that it comes with an army of living puppets. To say they're walking nightmare fuel is putting it lightly. Number 7. Watership Down. At a certain point, the furry main characters make this novel adaptation even harder to watch. After all, no one wants to see an adorable critter get mauled.
Get away, blast you!
To be frank, some of the more brutal scenes are tough to stomach even as adults.
Can you run? I think not.
Especially any that include general wound wart.
What do you know about a humba?
A humba, sir?
You let it on to some rabbits?
The film examines death and loss in a way few so-called children's stories ever do, and the result is undeniably moving, if a bit unnerving at the same time. Watership Down is basically a walking reminder that just because something's animated does not make it easy viewing. Number 6. Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Good morning, Pee-wee! Good morning, Mr. Breakfast! Can I have some Mr. Cheese cereal? Okay!
Conceptually, a guy named Pee-wee trying to recover a stolen bike seems refreshingly innocent, but almost impressively, his zany journey pedals from laughs to scares in a matter of seconds. The absurdist storytelling can certainly feel a bit off, but that's nothing compared to the utter madness of that clown dream. Their stilted movements paired with the uncomfortable sound effects are enough to make even the Joker feel tame. The film's title makes it clear that it wasn't supposed to be scary, but they should have thought of that before going full John Carpenter with that dream sequence. And need we even mention Large Marge? Number 5. The Care Bears movie. The vaguely named Spirit takes over Care-a-Lot with an iron grip, or technically, a floating head.
Too late.
But despite its lack of a corporeal form, the Spirit takes supervillainy very seriously. Alongside cloudquakes and evil monologues, it sends a legion of terrifying monsters after the bears. It's hard to be menacing while sharing a screen with a pastel bear, but thanks to the eerie designs, these evil foes manage just fine. So does the Spirit itself, for that matter.
You don't want to? You must. You can't care about anything. No! You've gone too far. Too far to stop. You can't stop.
By the time the credits roll, its malevolent schemes have ensured that the bears awoke from hibernation and into a living nightmare. Number 4. Raggedy Ann and Andy, A Musical Adventure. This 70s feature doesn't do the innate creepiness of dolls any favors. It blends live action and 2D animation, which would be fine if its titular character didn't move in a horrifyingly uncanny way.
Wishing your worries away, I stop and say, golly.
Honestly, Ann and Andy aren't the right names for these dolls. Annabelle is much more fitting. The other toys come to life with designs that make them feel more like zombies than imaginary friends. It's a musical too, but the off-putting animation reframes even the dance numbers in an uncomfortable light.
Really scary, really scary. Deep, deep woods get really scary.
It's clear these things belong locked in the toy chest.
What are you doing out here?
Number 3. The Secret of Nim. There's a potent, fantastical tone to the harrowing exploits of Mrs. Brisby, but her journey to save her family comes with an equal amount of turmoil.
Timmy gonna die?
No, sweetheart. He's just very sick.
What's the matter with you, Mother?
Mr. H has called it pneumonia.
The appalling story of the rat's experimentation and desperate attempts at survival is compelling on the page, but translated to the screen, it took on a much darker context.
Hello. I'm Mrs. Frisbee. I was told to see Nicodemus.
The visuals support the empowering tale with an unwavering horror aesthetic. Even friendly characters are backed by harsh lighting and intense expressions.
My child, we can no longer live as rats. We know too much.
It's all in favor of a deeply moving story, but one that never loses sight of the fear its characters endure at every turn. Number 2. Pinocchio. Somehow, the famed talking puppet isn't even the spookiest part of this classic Disney flick. That honor belongs to when he drops anchor at Pleasure Island. Rest assured, it's anything but a pleasurable experience.
Jiminy! Oh, Jiminy! Oh, Jiminy, where are you?
Pinocchio befriends the gruff Lampwick just in time for him to make a literal ass of himself. That's no hyperbole either.
What'll I do?
The pain screams, fluid animation, and despicable implications make this island detour more disturbing the longer it goes on. The last thing we ever hear from Lampwick is him crying for his mother. The film doesn't dwell on his fate as a donkey either, which makes the loose end even more appalling. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
There's no earthly way of knowing
He's singing.
which direction we are going.
Hear us out. A morally gray ensemble gets picked off in inventive ways, in part by a mysterious title character. There is no pure imagination needed to realize this plot summary reads like a straight-up horror film.
I take good care of my guests.
Yeah, you took real good care of that August kid over there.
Everybody
That's for
aboard?
sure.
Though we shouldn't be surprised after that horrifying, surrealist tunnel scene.
They're gonna be sick.
I can take a joke, but this has gone too far. Tell our little guy to turn it around, Wonka!
At the very least, these tours should come with a hazard warning, since their completion rates are astonishingly low. The cheery music and eerie smiles become incredibly haunting as the group gets whittled down in famously demented fashion. Even though they're just kids, their fate is not as sweet as a Wonka bar, that's for sure. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.